Hello, once again we welcome you to Steady Growth Academy weekly podcast. Last week we dealt extensively with why we are here and now. I'm sure you would have gained from that episode. Today we are taking it to another level to look at the mindset, because when you know who you are, why I'm here and now, you need the mindset to properly articulate these things to be able to spur them into action. So today we'll look at mindset, what can be called mentality. Often people mistake mind for the heart. Well, the heart is a physically identifiable organ of the body, charged with the major responsibility of ensuring that blood is pumped to the various parts of the body. While the mind is that intangible, invisible place of conception, nurturing, fertilization, or hashing of ideas in the human faculty. It is a place of conversion those things we see and hear into realities. It cannot be seen, identified, or felt. This activity takes place in the brain. Therefore, the brain, among other things and roles, provides a platform for the mind to function effectively. Perception or opinions are born out of the mind internal dialogue and processes. The mind, as always, is a very busy arena that produces accordingly in line with conceptions. It is what we put in there that it produces. From the above, the mind or mentality should not be seen as the way of thinking or reasoning alone, but that invisible eyes and ear of the human being. It saw yesterday, sees now, and the future. It sees or paints that picture. Then the picture is now being lured into impetus. The impetus transforms it into action. Faith, belief, action, pursuit are configured and transmitted from the mindset. That is why God told Abraham, as far as you can see, he will deliver unto him. Ordinarily, there's nowhere Abraham will see the whole of Israel from a spot. His physical eyes wouldn't have been able to do that. But with the eyes of the mind, Abraham saw Israel as a nation. This picture or ideas came either from sight or sound. You either see or hear, dialogue to form perception or opinion. So what assesses the mind is very, very important and should be regulated before it graduates into actions. Those things that assess the mind can be calibrated by policing one. Where we go or visit, we either hear or see in such places. Those places of minors in your life or influences should not be visited. You don't need to go there. You should be able to moderate where you go to. You should be able to moderate where you spend your time. It is very important. Where? Because you either hear from in that place or see. And they form what goes to your mind. It is said, show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. Friends knows what it takes to either persuade you, manipulate you, or encourage you. Is relationship mutual? what are contributing to the relationship, or what are you feeding from the relationship? What are you taking to the relationship? What are you getting from the relationship? If it is not mutual, signages in terms of you benefiting, the person is benefiting. You must not be equal. You may be friends, can be one mentor, Oga and the boy. It's just relationship. But I tell you, even wisest men learn from the fool. So there must be something to learn from that relationship. So who is your company? Who is your company? What is he telling you? What is he encouraging you to do? Where? If that your friend makes you to do wrong thing at all the time, and you're still keeping that relationship, you should watch your mind. Because your mind will keep talking it and nurturing it. Checking the above is important because human mind has a way of regurgitating experiences for proper digest at your quiet time. When you now sit down and you're looking at it, you begin to think, this what this man said, what we saw, what we had. You begin to resonate those things in your mind. You begin to think, this thing I heard, what I heard is true, is it not true? How do I expand on it? Which one do I eliminate? These are the things that's why it is important to check where you go and who you go with. So it is very important, because when you are at a place now, you begin to remember those things you discussed, what you saw and what you heard. All these things come again to resonate in the mind for outcome. It comes again, start resonating to make you think about it, consider a lot of options, manufacture the ones, add the ones you want to add, remove the ones you want to remove for possible outcome. The reason being that the mind does not lie empty, is always active, occupied with positive or negative thoughts. Also mindset, mentality can be positive or negative. I am sure unless for deliberate act of mischief, people will ordinarily covet positive mindset. Why do we need positive mindset? Mindset make our man. As the man think in his heart, so easy. It is the bane of success or failure. In any endeavor, as admonished even in the Bible, keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are issues of life. It can also be issues of death if not attended. Mindset can pull down mountains or erect it. It generates that will that spurs and transports our action into realities. Why do we need positive mindset? Mindset defines us because how one is adjudged determines how we behave. How we behave says who we are. Mindset or mentality gauge and judges our action. When richly adjudged, it's positive. Otherwise, vice versa. When your mind is positive, you ordinarily generate positive energy that brings about positive outcomes and make one attracted to favor. One begins to see the cup half full instead of half empty. Therefore, seeing things in hope than frustration, because in hope, pursuit will continue till success is achieved, despite frustrations. Why when you see the cup half empty, frustration sets in and hope declines, creating room for anything. The devil smartly creeps in. It is important to know what to engage the mind with. Is it not written that ye are gods? So he saw himself as God. That is God himself reminding us that we are gods. How come do we now behave like men? Every creature grows in order of its kind. A young lion does not need permission to grow into being his parents. Let us rewire our mindset for the better. important, it is key, it is good. We need an articulated mindset. Therefore, finally, brethren, whatsoever thing that are true, whatsoever thing that are honest, whatsoever thing that are pure, whatsoever thing that are lovely, whatsoever thing that are of good report, whatsoever thing that are virtue, and if there be all praise, think on those things. We must not allow evil imaginations engulf our mind. Let's cast every weapon of evil imaginations down and off our mind. Let us rewire our mindset. Engage it better for better outcome. Let us engage it from knowing who we are, knowing why we are here and now. Let's use the mindset to get distance and reassure ourselves about our capacity to accomplish business. Next week, we will look at taking steps in terms of foundation, building foundation for all these things. We look at it critically, and I hope it will do us good. Thank you very much. Remember, these things may not be for you, but look around you. There are people that have been hearing something else. Let them hear this. It can make the difference in their lives. Remember also to follow us on our social media platforms at Steady Growth Academy every Wednesday, where we'll be serving you fresh from heaven, fresh inspiration from God on the war of life, transformational war of life, war of impact. It is not all the time that cash solves problem. At times, the mind needs to be fully articulated to be able to give direction on application of resources. Thank you very much. Once again, extend this to people. It will be of value to them, and do not forget. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am Dr. Onyolofo Tabu Uchenna, bringing you greetings from Steady Growth Academy. Love you guys.